Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and it is day 3 of Coffee with Candy. This is my monthly series where I come in and every day, Monday through Friday, I do a Facebook Live demonstration with seasonal projects. So this week I am doing Mother's Day projects because it is that time of year. Boy, I keep getting my shirt in here every day. So, okay. So be sure to say hello if you come in to my live. I would love to know that you are here. Let me see if I can get a little less glare. I think we're good. So let me do a little review of where we have been and then show you where we are going today. So on Monday, we started with these two peekaboo cards with this mosaic tile technique and this heartfelt hexagon punch is actually on sale. A lot of the things I'm featuring this week happen to be on sale. It just kind of happened that way. So that was the first day. That was Monday. And then yesterday we made these. This is a mini album card. So this is a standard card size. Will actually go in one of our regular envelopes. And it unfolds like this. And this piece here is stuck down. That's where you're going to write. These are actually designed to, have your photos put on there, memorabilia, all kinds of little bits and pieces you might want to include. And so you could add some gift cards in here, all kinds of things. Without anything here, this will still go for a single stamp. So it might be that you wanted to just put like some memories in here. And then here is, where'd my belly band go? Here we go. So that was day 2. When I'm doing my Coffee with Candy series, all of my subscribers get all of my tutorials. So my tutorials, have been going out all week. And then these also get downloaded to YouTube so that you have the demonstration as well. Now, you may have noticed that each day I'm doing one project with various papers and then one with this set of papers. So this is Inspiration Blooms, something like that. It is my ordering special. So when you place an order at sweetstamper.com, you can just go to order now. If you do a $50 order this week through Sunday, you will get this full pack of beautiful paper, plus you'll get one each of the pieces to make my various projects. Now, Stampin Up has sweetened the deal because as of today, which is the 15th, it is also known as tax day, 15, 16, and 17, 3 days, you also get double rewards. So you can get all of my ordering special plus your double rewards if you order between the 15th and 17th. Okay, so that's what we've done up to this point. Now, today I'm going to show you how to make this card box. So many times for Mother's Day or for any occasion, we like to give boxes of cards. It's a perfect gift. Now, this is the one I made with one of the papers from, let's just look at what this is called because it'll bother me, Bloom Impressions. I made this one with the Bloom Impressions. Now, inside here, I'm actually going to gift this one to my sister-in-law. We're going to be seeing her in just a few weeks. And we'll be seeing her before Mother's Day, and she is an absolute gift. So this is very appropriate for her. So, and I'm actually going to give her these cards. So these are my faith cards that are an add-on project from my prayer stamp camp. So prayer stamp camp is coming up for, I think tomorrow's the last day for registration. With this with this stamp camp, you are making these 6 note cards, and envelopes are included. You're making the box, and then you're making a prayer journal. And the prayer journal is actually a note stamping project, which is just kind of a fun, different way of doing things. So the add-on class is this, and the add-on class is only $18. So, but my sister-in-law is a woman of faith, and I may give her this as well, because her birthday I didn't do a lot, and it was just this earlier this month. So for my prayer journal, I've taken the hymn, "Take It to the Lord in Prayer" is kind of one of the refrains, but it's "What a Friend We Have in Jesus" is actually the name of the hymn, and so I've created some downloads for this. And all of this is done with a sticker sheet that comes with this paper. And then you're going to create some pockets where you can put some lists and pieces of paper. So all of that is my prayer stamp camp. And I'm showing that to you for 2 reasons. Number 1, because registration ends tomorrow. And number 2, because the add-on class is what I am tucking in to this box that I'm making. I'm going to show you how to make it today. And just to show you, so this is 6 cards and envelopes, and they fit ever so nicely into my box. There we go. And then this just folds down like so. So let's make this box and see how we get on. So for the demonstration box, I'm going to use Country Woods Designer Series paper. This is actually from our annual catalog that's still current right now, and it's carrying over. So it will still be available, I think, as an online exclusive as we move forward. So I'm going to start. This is going to be my tag for the front, and I've got some pieces here. I haven't made this, so we're going to see how we get on. I think we're going to use some of these pieces to decorate the front. But let's make the box itself and start with that. So let me get my measurements. And again, you will receive these measurements by email, all my email subscribers. So I'm starting with a piece of 11 by 6 3/4. And for this particular one, I'm using smoky slate. So I'm going to take, and to start with, I'm going to score 1 inch on the longs on both ends here. Let me tuck that in. Okay. So 1 inch here. I'm going to score that. And then I'm going to just flip this and score 1 inch on this side here. And then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to score at 4 and at 5. Okay. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We're making a box, and that box is going to be the base and the sides, and then the designer paper is going to provide the front. So 4 and 5. There we go. Okay. Now, at this end here, I am going to knock off a little bit while I have this in front of me. I'm going to use my cutting blade, and I'm just going to cut off a 2 inch. I'm going to cut into there 2 inches, and here at 2 inches. And I'll show you why we're going to do that in just a minute. Okay, so now let's do some chopping, and then we're going to put our little box together. So I have paper snips right in front of me. I have like 3 pair within 12 inches of my face, but of course I can't find a single pair when I really need them. Well, let's just go paper snips. Oh, I'll use those. Thank you. So this we are going to cut off. We don't need that. And I did that little piece here with the paper trimmer just because it's a little bit neater and tidier. And I'm actually just cutting right on the score line like so. And then I'm going to come here where these two close ones are, and I'm going to cut this at an angle here. And then, oh, I think I might have gotten in a little bit too far on that one. Okay, boy, that's a pale score line. And you know what I forgot to do was pull this up on my computer to make sure that you are seeing what I am seeing. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now I don't need these, and I don't need these little pieces here. Okay. So here, again, I'm just cutting at a little angle. And we do this on a lot of our boxes. It just makes them fold and assemble just a little bit more neatly. Okay, so that is that. I am going to now crease all of my score lines really, really well. And we're going to fold them all to the inside. And I do find that when you're doing a box like this, you want to crease these really well because that's going to give your box stability. And again, we are making a card box, a box to hold a bunch of greeting cards for gifting. So now I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape to hold my box together. Get my little. And this I do recommend for a box like this. And I'm going to put on the shortest piece here, or the shortest side, I guess. And I'm going to put it all the way there and just a little bit up here. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. And this is going to allow my box to come together and be really strong. Because I'm packing mine with a lot of cards. I showed you the one I'm gifting my sister-in-law. I actually have another one I'm going to do with 8 cards. So I'm packing this with a lot. Probably it would hold, it would actually maybe look a little bit nicer if it wasn't quite so full. But, I'm going to just I'm going to put a lot in there. It's just the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to also put just a little bit of adhesive on this flap just to kind of tame it so it's not flopping around on me. Now, the key when you're using this tear and tape is you really do need to make sure that it's good and stuck down. Otherwise, when you go to peel off the protective pieces, the whole thing will start lifting, and you don't want that. So these little pieces here, I don't need those. And the great thing is, once you put this box together, the skeleton, as it were, the other part is going to, the other part comes together really, really quickly, and you don't even have to score anything on it. Here we go. Okay, there's my side there, and my side here. Okay. And side here. I'm making it harder than it is. Okay, there we go. Now, this is going to fold in like so. And then I'm just going to press to adhere. And that is going to be perfect. And you know what? The guy is coming just a few feet away from me to work on my thermostat, so you may hear him. Okay. He's actually just outside my studio. Okay, so there is my little box, and you can see that I'll be able to put some cards in there. So actually, I could probably put maybe, I don't know, I had these I was working on, And I don't know if you've noticed this. This card kit actually makes 8 cards. It's on sale right now for $9.40, and it is an incredible buy. I'm in love with these cards. So these will go perfectly in this very neutral. I'm going to go neutral and neutral. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of 12-inch by 4 3/4, because that's my width here. And all I'm going to do is I am going to score this at 1 inch just to make a little bit of a cuff. This isn't this isn't essential, but it's just going to give it a little bit of a finished look. And I think it's going to add a little bit of pizzazz. So when you're doing this particular card holder, you want to use a designer series paper that's not directional for best results. Now, this I'm going to put here, and it's going to come right down like so, and that is going to form my card box. So what I'm going to do here is I recommend using your green glue, otherwise known as Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Not my best friend. It is not my favorite glue to use, but there are times when you really must, and this is one of those times. So that is going to go on like so. And I'm going to, once I get it in position, I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to put my hand in here to just press. And that's going to help it to adhere. So now that is going to go down like so. So let me show you. Let me show you my original box so you can see where I'm going. So here's my original that I've done already. And you can see how I've got 6 cards and envelopes in here. And then we're just going to hold it in place like so. Isn't that lovely? Okay. So let's get back to the one that we're making in the neutrals. So now I'm really ready to go ahead. Now you can put your cards in later. I'm just going to do it now for just for the sake of getting it done so I don't forget. Now I'm going to decorate. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is use a piece of designer series paper that's the same as this. And I wasn't paying attention, and I got it going in the other direction, but it's wood grain. It'll work. Now, once again, I'm going to use I could, let's see. No, I don't want to do that. You could use a contrasting piece here, but I'm just going to go with the same one. And that's going to make sure that my box is really, really pretty. All finished, and this is using a little over a half a sheet of designer series paper and most of a sheet of cardstock. Okay, so now that's coming along very, very nicely. I think I kind of like the wood grain going in different directions. Maybe it's because I like to make a save. Now, I am going to, on my original, let me bring this back. I used a circle. I'm going to use a stitched rectangle, and the 2 stamp sets I featured this week, they're the only 2 active Mother's Day stamp sets we have. Family Ties, which I believe is, I know it's on Last Chance. It might be on sale. This one I've used the heck out of. This was originally $20. It's on sale for $10. I think it's a great buy. Photopolymer stamps, originally designed or presented as part of a scrapbooking suite, but I think it's terrific for card making, and that's what I've been featuring. So for this one, I'm going to do this Mothers Are a Blessing. And I'm just going to use my basic black, kind of tying in with this paper here. So I'm going to use my Memento like so. This Mothers Are a Blessing is such a beautiful stamp. I love the size. I love the mixed font. It is beautiful. And again, I'm making a box for a set of cards. And I'm a little bit, yeah, I think I'm a little bit crooked. But once everything is on there, hopefully you won't be able to tell. So once I put this on here, I don't think you're going to be able to tell. Now, something I didn't do on this one, but I was thinking about, is I might just take a piece of ribbon and close it that way and just kind of add that little extra bit of closure. For one thing, I'm going to be having this in a suitcase, and this works great if you're just handing it to somebody, but I think if you want it to be really firm, you might want to put some ribbon. So first of all, let's go back here to this, because I'm going to stick it down here and not up here. But I think I'm going to add, this is very neutral, not fancy at all, and I want to add a flower. So I'm going to use, this is a beautiful flower that's part of this stamp set, and I did not bring any white cardstock, so is this little scrap big enough? Yep, keeping it real, people. This is what we do. We use our scraps. So I'm going to come back in with my memento pad and stamp this lovely flower. Now, there are no dies for this, so I will be fussy cutting this, but that's okay. Isn't it pretty, though? Honestly, golly, you could even do it as black and white, but I'm going to add some color. It would be really pretty just like that. But let's add some color. And I'm going to put a little bit, put this underneath here, because usually it's going to give me a little bit of, it's going to bleed through. So I'm using Lost Lagoon. And I'm using Lost Lagoon because when I look at my little Stampin' Up! Provided color combo, it tells me that Pecan Pie and Lost Lagoon are really good. Well, there's not a lot of difference between that light and dark, so I think I'm going to skip over here. They are really good color combo. So that, now I'm taking a little bit of Pool Party to just kind of blend all of this out. So my dark Pool Party is coming over my dark Lost Lagoon. And I think it's looking really, really good. I might put some Wink of Stella on this to just kind of add a little bit of sheen and shine. We'll see how we get on. And then we are just going to bring a little bit of fussy cutting to this, because there are no dies. But it's just see what happens there. That's why I put that there. Okay. So once again, let me just remind you, you are watching Coffee with Candy, my monthly series of 5 Monday through Friday video demonstrations featuring seasonal projects. This is April, so I am featuring Mother's Day. In January, I featured Valentine's. In February, I featured St. Patrick's Day and Lucky themes. And then in March, I did Easter and spring. And so this week, I'm doing Mother's Day and just kind of feminine projects. For me personally, my mother has long been passed away, and my mother-in-law. But I have a daughter and a daughter-in-law who are mothers. And I also have some really close friends that are mothers. And, of course, my sister-in-law that I was mentioning, she is a mother. And I think it's just like, why not just celebrate all the moms in my life and just celebrate them all? I mean, I think we probably don't get enough celebration for the most part. Okay, can I bring this down? That is not going to fit. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, it's one way in my mind. No, maybe I can just bring this up a little bit and then it'll work. Okay, I think that will work that way, especially since I'm bringing the ribbon in on this one. But I do like that. Well, I could do it up here, but there's not really a place for it. I want it to go down here. So that's what we're going to do. And I think I'm going to add "You Are a Gift." Let's see. So I have, now the other thing I could do is I could put this behind. That might be better. I think this is going to be too big. That's kind of fun. I do love the lace with the wood, but I don't think that's going to work. And then I have a tag, and I have this one, and I have this one. So it really just kind of depends. I think I want to go here. Yeah, let's do this little smoky slate that matches the side of our box. So I love this "You Are a Gift." What a lovely expression. So "You Are a Gift." And then we are going to put this together. Again, if you are an email subscriber, you will get all the directions for this as a free gift this week. So I think I'm going to start by adhering this with this. Yeah, let's put this down first. And then, well, that's not going to, here we go. Let's pop that. It was just kind of lying around, and I thought, well, that might look really nice with what I'm doing. Yeah, I kind of like that. Move it over a little bit. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to put dimensionals all across the bottom only because this is going to be a little tuck, a tuck closure. So let's go here all the way across the bottom. And then I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to leave the top without any kind of adhesive, so that it's going to close nicely. I know you guys can probably hear people talking in my background, but you know, when the repairman's coming, you just kind of have to go with it. Okay, so that is going to go like so, all the way at the bottom. And this is going to be tucked like so. I'm liking it. This may or may not make the cut. Maybe it's not going to. Maybe we will just do like this. I like that. You are a gift. And maybe my flower isn't going to make it all. Let's see. You are a gift. I'm liking that. Now, I can, because this one's kind of coming up, this one, for one reason or another, well, maybe I just need to put a few more dimensionals there. Let me try that before I decide whether I'm going to add some ribbon, because my original does close nicely without the ribbon, and I do like to have the option of doing either one. Oh, I know what I need to do. So one thing I did do on my original is I just kind of creased that right there. Let me pull the cards out. If you just kind of fold that really well, then it will fall better. So let me see if that does the trick. I think it will. Let's see. Mothers are a blessing. Now I got my what do you call it? It's up a little bit higher, but honestly, it just kind of fits that way. Now, do I have a place for my flower? Probably not. Oh, now, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that right there. So it hangs off a little bit, but I think it works. And of course, you're going to decorate yours the way you want to decorate it. One of the goals I have with these little series is to empower you to make projects that go with the seasons in which we find ourselves, and to take your paper crafting hobby and bless other people with it. So I could add ribbon, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm also going to add some of these. Now these are flower accents. This is another one that's in our current because this is still April. This is in our current annual catalog, but they will also be available moving forward. So I'm going to add these like so. And they're really, really pretty. Do I want to add that here? Or is that too much? Oh, no, I like that. I like that. Okay. Now, let me just show you what's going to happen if we add the ribbon. And remember to be sure that you have subscribed to my emails. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use that ribbon. I'm going to use this gray. I was thinking about using, well, let me just show you the other one I was thinking about. I was thinking about using this gold. Oh, no, maybe I need to use the gold. So this is super, super popular. Every time it comes back into stock, it seems to sell out. And this is called the gold striped, and it is just gorgeous. And it ties so pretty. So let me just show you what that will look like if we decide to do that. So I'm actually going to bring it. Let's see if that's going to work or not. And one of the things I attempt to do with these demonstrations is to make all the mistakes so you don't have to. To give you tips so that you can have great success with your projects. So let's see if I take this and tuck it right behind, oh yeah, tuck it right behind my tag. Oh yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted, because that will give me just that extra bit of closure, and it will just stabilize it a little bit. Now, then when your recipient is going to open it, they would have to undo the knot. So there is that. So you can either do it with the ribbon or without the ribbon, whichever you like best. And I am going to tie it into a little bow so that it will be easier for, oh yeah, I do like it that way. So there it is with the ribbon. This one does not have the ribbon. Now, when I give you the tutorial, I'm going to give you, well, I may just give you instructions for both. Really, the only instruction that's different is the way they're decorated. So again, thank you very much for being with me here today. This is day 3 of Coffee with Candy. We are making a box for gifting your beautiful handmade cards. And so I've got 6 cards and envelopes in here, and they fit ever so nicely. And then on this one, I have 4 cards and envelopes on this one, and they fit rather nicely as well. This is part of a set of 8. You can either split up that set, or you can do the whole 8. The 8 does fit in here. It bulges quite a bit, but you know, you have that extra space in here to do it. So that is it for today, Coffee with Candy, day 3. That is a wrap. Don't forget that if you place your order, well, today, tomorrow, or Friday, you'll get double rewards. But you can place your order of $50 or more all the way through Sunday, and you will get one set of all 5 projects, all the pieces to make them, plus this beautiful set of designer series paper. There are 12 pages. And I call it the Vera Bradley paper because that's what it reminds me of. And this is actually part of that paper set. So there's lots of great colors in here. And let me show you as I sign off. This was day 1 and this was day 2. So make sure that you're getting my emails. That will go out later today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care and God bless.